Hong Kong regulators have approved the launch of a spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. Look at this, one more day until the Bitcoin halving. What the hell is going to be happening? Finally, we'll also take a look at this interview by Anthony Pompilano on Fox Business News to really help us analyze the big picture of what is to come in crypto. My free thinking rebels, welcome again to another Decrypting Crypto Live. I am your host, Stefan Subero, the Holistic Growth Mentor. Here at Breakout Solutions, we are on a mission to help individuals, parents, business owners, just like yourself, safely enter into the crypto space, diversify your assets, and create passive income, generating generational wealth for yourself, your family, and your community, of course. So if you are joining me for the first time, take a second for me. Please drop down right now, click on that subscribe button, help support the channel. I will truly appreciate that. Again, let me know, are you new to crypto? Have you been in crypto for a while? Where are you right now? Leave a comment. I would love to hear some more about you guys. So what is going on in crypto? We've seen a significant drop in the last week, a lot of fear, a lot of panic in the market. We're going to analyze what is going on. We're going to analyze some of the news. We'll take a look at the charts briefly. Not much has changed. We're getting a little bit of a relief right now, but what does that mean? Are we going up? Are we going down? Are we going sideways? We'll look at that and a little bit more. So let's take a moment and jump straight into the first piece of news, very important piece of news. Let me add this back to the screen. Here we go. Sorry about that, my friends. I'm currently at another location, spending a bit of time in the studio. The vibration vault is what it's called. Just creating some stuff with my friends today, but still bringing you the news and the updates. So first off, let's take a look at this article on CNBC. So Hong Kong regulators have approved the launch of a spot Bitcoin and Ether ETF. Now, Hong Kong's regulation on Monday approved the launch of the spot Bitcoin and Ether traded fund. Asset managers said the following U.S. moves this year to bring the product to market. Now, based on this article, I can see there's 3 asset managers that were approved: China AMC, Harvest Global, and Bosea International, the Hong Kong SFC. I'm not sure if there's any more at this stage, but this article further goes on to say that crypto trading has been effectively banned in mainland China after massive crackdown on the sector in 2021. And we know this. People can't legally trade Bitcoin in China at this stage. However, Hong Kong has slowly been trying to make itself a regulated crypto hub to compete with places like Dubai and Singapore. It's unclear whether mainland Chinese investors will be allowed to invest in the currencies via the ETF. Personally, I think they're going to open this up, obviously, to institutions first, test the waters, get some money flowing in, and potentially down the line, we could see general public potentially getting the opportunity to invest into Bitcoin. Now, Hong Kong would be one of the first places in the world to approve an Ether ETF. This is extremely bullish, my friends, because personally, although the US hasn't approved it yet, again, and we're waiting for some more news. I believe mid-May we'll kind of get a bit of an update what the SEC is thinking about it. But personally, I think that, again, if China has approved this, other countries will follow. The US definitely will follow because they never want to be behind. They will always want to stay on top of it. And knowing that BlackRock and a couple of other big institutions have already applied for this ETF, I think it's only a question of time. And another article I saw somewhere, there's about 5 billion apparently awaiting to be able to be pushed into these 2 ETFs in the coming weeks. They have not started trading it yet, but I believe in the next couple of weeks, we'll get some more news and we'll see that inflow into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, Let's jump into a bit of a market analysis, take a quick look at what's happening overall. Now, as I said at the beginning of the week, the Fear and Greed Index finally dropping into that neutral zone, which is where I kind of want to see it. This allows us to really see, okay, there's a bit of fear coming in. We're neutral. If we drop even lower, in my opinion, that's a great sign for getting in. You want to be getting in at these stages. You want to get in when people are afraid, when there's blood in the market. That is the time to jump in. Now, overall, we can see that Bitcoin is down 8% in the last 7 days. Ethereum is down 12%. BNB is down 8%. Solana is down 19%. It's, like I said, a sea of red blood in the market. This is when smart investors get in. Now, if we take a look at the inflow, outflow for the spot Bitcoin ETFs, we can see that it's outflows have been increasing, not much inflow. These last 3 days have been very, very low. Heavy outflow yesterday, 183 million coming out of Bitcoin ETFs. And again, for me, this is a bit of a sign based on what's happening in the geopolitical areas of the world with what's happening in Iran. All these news affect mainstream investors. I think right now people are just being safe. Money is coming out, going back into US dollars until there's some clarity around what is going to happen with this pending doom, pending potential war. These are the times when investors will kind of pull out. Now, Bitcoin halving, my friends, 1 day, 10 hours until we see the supply of Bitcoin get cut in half, going from 900 to 450 Bitcoin per day. Now, if we think about this and we analyze what's been happening in the last 6 months, especially since the Bitcoin ETFs were approved, the demand of Bitcoin on a daily basis has been surpassing 3,000 Bitcoin. Now, once the halving comes in, supply gets cut. If we continue with this demand, and now that we're seeing Hong Kong opening up the ETFs, we also have the UK, we also have a couple of other places looking to approve this. This is going to create a massive opportunity where Bitcoin is going to become even more scarce. So again, read, relax, use this opportunity to dollar cost average, get some more Bitcoin if you haven't, because listen, $60,000 Bitcoin, $62,000 Bitcoin, this is potentially your last chance at accumulating some of this Bitcoin. Now, if we take a quick look at the charts, I won't spend too much time here, but we seem to have found a bottom right now. We're having a small relief coming back above this this support, which initially I thought we were going to hold it, but we have come a little bit below it. Now we're back in, and it looks like on the 4-hourly, we're trying to break out of this downtrend. Personally, what I would like to see is a clean break above. I don't think, again, maybe we'll retest this zone as resistance. I don't see us breaking above this yet. Like I said, there's still a lot of fear. So potentially we come back down and retest this. I want to see us hold this $63,000. Now, this is really going to be dependent on the news in the next couple of weeks. If we don't hold this, then potentially the 50 to 54,000 area is a potential. Now, hence why keep some cash on the sidelines. Don't just put everything in right now. We need to get a little bit more confirmation before we make any major decisions. But this zone is definitely a possibility, and it's going to be dependent on what happens with the news in the next couple of weeks. Okay. Now, on another note, Twitter, Lark Davis, Bitcoin retest the 50-day EMA. MACD still downtrending. Price still cooling with the halving days away. Hong Kong BTC ETFs going live soon. Korea coming soon. UK ETF in May. So again, overall, if we look at it, the news is still bullish. There's a lot happening. So let's stick to some technicals. Let's take a deep breath, relax, right? Don't stress yourself out. You are in the right place at the right time, and there's still a lot of opportunity. Before we move on to the reaction video, let's drop a quick message from our sponsors. As the world sinks deeper into debt, your hard-earned money loses value daily. The solution: safeguard your wealth with smart, diversified, and decentralized income strategies. Breakout Solutions is on a mission to take back personal freedom, individual rights, and financial sovereignty. As the era of CBDC's digital IDs and social credit system approaches, it's crucial to act now to safeguard your financial future. Introducing the Future of Money, your guide to what's happening and what is coming. Join our 90-minute session to equip yourself, your loved ones, and your business against a system bent on control. Your time is precious. Don't waste it anymore. Use the link below, join our next virtual event, and access my exclusive bonuses. All right. So we're going to take a look at this interview from Anthony Pompilano, one of the great minds of our generation and really big advocate for Bitcoin. Again, this is Fox Business Mainstream News. Let's take a look at what he has to say.
Want to join bringing out Pomp Investments investor Anthony Pompilano. So the last couple of days, right? There was an invasion. There was the Iranians, launched, and Bitcoin was supposed to go up and went down. There, it doesn't work. Well, I know you're hearing this from a lot of people.
I love it. The last halving, we're 4 years later. It was $8,000. Today it's $64,000. Name another asset that's performed that well over a 4-year cycle.
Please tell me which asset, which one? Yeah, none.
You can't. And so when people see Bitcoin go down on Saturday, they say, oh my God, Bitcoin went down. Well, so did gold, and so did every other financial market that was open. When there's these uncertainty events around geopolitical kind of invasions and attacks and rumors, et cetera, investors sell anything that's liquid for dollars. If you go back to COVID, that's what we saw. People dumped every asset. They wanted dollars. Everything sold off. It's a liquidity crisis. But now what will happen is on the way back up, Bitcoin will be the leader in the recovery.
This is what we're talking about, right? Times of crisis, people move into dollars, but Bitcoin will be the leader moving forward because of what Bitcoin has to offer.
And my guess is that it will continue to perform just as well as it did the last 4 years for the 4 years to come.
Some of the things I was just talking to Rebecca about, these are real issues. And I was introduced to Bitcoin by people who believe that the U.S. government has lost its way. The John Stossel camp, our offices are on the same floor. I wish I'd listened to him, him as assistants, right? I'd be as rich as you are. But, I always find it odd that, that the two folks, they're always arguing amongst each other when it feels like the same drivers of valuation are underpinning both.
I actually think that what both assets hold is sound money principles. You have an analog version in gold, it's physical gold, but it has an asset that is outside of the system and no one can create more of it. That's sound money principles. Bitcoin is the exact same thing in digital form. It's outside the system and no one can create more of it. But what's important is, why are you buying the asset? If you're buying the asset simply for downside protection, gold will be less volatile, and therefore that is the asset you should buy. But if you're buying the asset to increase your purchasing power, then Bitcoin will have more volatility to the upside. The digital version of a product is always bigger and more valuable than the analog version of it. And so Bitcoin will be more valuable than gold one day.
Bitcoin will be more valuable than gold one day. We've seen this theory been placed a lot of times. And if Bitcoin is only to consume about, they say, 5 to 10% of gold's market cap, then we're looking at Bitcoin overpowering and taking over so much faster and creating a bigger store of value and protection for you and your family.
What do you say then to folks who are saying, okay, maybe the sell on the news thing? I know when we had a chart yesterday, 18 months later, after the halving, the Bitcoin has been up big time. But will it be could there be a sell on the news phenomenon when it happens later this week?
It could. I always tell people that if you're buying Bitcoin and you're trying to predict what the price is in an hour, a day, a week, or even a month, that's probably a fool's errand. Instead, what you should think about this is a savings technology. If you simply continue to dollar cost average into a great asset that you can hold for the long term, it sounds a lot like Warren Buffett. It sounds a lot like the value investors. And so Bitcoin, in my opinion, is a great asset. And the people who dollar cost average into it with a portion of their portfolio and hold it for the long term are going to do quite well.
What percentage of your portfolio is in it?
More than 50%.
More than 50%. Okay. Before I let you go then, because we got geopolitics and we have U.S. politics. It doesn't matter which administration wins, because my greatest fear for cryptocurrency, particularly Bitcoin, is that ultimately the U.S. will try to outlaw it.
They may. I don't think that they'd be successful in doing that. What we've actually seen is in countries around the world that have outlawed the ownership or trading of the asset, actually adoption has gone up, which is pretty interesting. But I don't think that the administration necessarily matters, other than both administrations, Republican and Democrat, are going to be a tailwind for Bitcoin adoption, because ultimately both administrations, Republicans and Democrats, they continue to contribute to the national debt. They continue to contribute to
so they contribute to the value proposition. But when I hear Elizabeth Warren, when I hear Bernie Sanders, it seems to me that if they get a chance, particularly if they had control of the Congress and the White House, that they would actually do something, block this thing off. You're not concerned about that?
I think that Larry Fink and a bunch of people on Wall Street now would have a different opinion, and we'll see who wins that battle.
All right.
We will see who wins that battle. Look, my free-thinking rebels, we're finishing off with that. But listen, there's no way that the U.S. can control or ban Bitcoin. It's a open source cryptocurrency that allows freedom to happen for those who want to find it. And personally, like you said, Larry Fink, we have some big names in the game now with all these ETFs being approved. Extremely low chances that the US will decide to ban these ETFs or ban Bitcoin overall. So I'm leaving you with that message today. Again, if you are looking for help to try to figure out what to do in these uncertain times, use the links in the description and book in your 45-minute free strategy session with me, and we can figure out how we can help you on your digital asset journey. All right, my friends, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Once again, Stefan out.